It's alright. Alright, let's do a little guitar talk today about the subject of capos. And what we're talking about is this magical little tool here that guitarists have to help them play a lot of different songs in different keys. And it's very helpful for that. There's some songs, just like the one I just played, Here Comes the Sun, you just can't play without a capo. And other times it's useful for mainly for changing the key, so it's a little easier to sing along or use different chords to play the same song, so you can play along easier with other people. So you'll see people using capos all the time, especially with acoustic guitars. Electric guitar players don't normally use them because they just teach themselves how to play with different fingerings up and down the fretboard. But us acoustic guys like to use them quite a bit. And there's several different kinds, and there's some different things we need to know about capos. First of all, let's look at a few different types of capos. Here's a little one. It's very popular. It's called the shub capo. I really like this one. It's easy to clip on. It's got a little screw there to adjust the tension, and the neck of each guitar tends to vary a little bit. Some of them are thicker, some of them are thinner, and so sometimes you need to adjust that screw a little bit there. And what you do is you just put the capo over and clamp it on from the back. There's a little handle that you squeeze, and boom, there it is, it's on. Okay, that's a nice one. It's very easy to use. I like the shub, and it's easy to get on and off and easy to move around. Another popular type is what's called the Kaiser. Probably seen quite a few of these. This is more like a clamp-on type of one. This one a lot of people like to use because you can pretty much clamp it on with one hand and just slide it up and down. You'll see people put them up on the top of their guitar, you know, store it up there like that. Then you can grab it with one hand, just squeeze it, kind of like a clothespin, and drop it on there. That's a popular type also. And then my favorite, the old-fashioned kind, I still have around from way back in the 60s, 70s when I started playing. I'm not even sure they make this kind anymore, but this kind had a swing-over bar. It was called a Hamilton, and it has a clamp on it like that, and put it around the guitar, and then you swing it on. Clamp it down, then you can squeeze it. It's like kind of like the Kaiser. You can very easily adjust it with one hand, which is nice. So normally you see me using this old one here in a lot of my videos, but you may not be able to find those anymore. You go to eBay. Anyhow, a couple things to watch out for with the capo. When you put it on, let me use the shub as an example. When you put a capo on your guitar, basically what you're doing is changing the key by half a step every time you go up a fret. So if you start with an E shape, the first fret is an F, F sharp, G, G sharp, A, for example, for the first 5 frets. Well, if we put this on the 3rd fret, and then we play an E shape, we're actually playing a G chord. So you're moving it up by 1, 2, 3 half steps. So that lets you change the key to the key of G, but use the E chord shapes to play it. It makes it easier. Now some of the things you want to watch out for, one that I just found out on this one, make sure you got your capo on straight. And what the capo is doing is clamping down the strings, and using the next fret up on the guitar as the nut. In other words, the strings are usually stretched over the nut right here, and that's what makes them keeps the tension on them. Now you're going to stretch them over that first fret above where you have the capo. Okay, now several things are happening here. One is you're pushing the strings down tight to the guitar neck, and now you're stretching them over there. But you're also pushing the strings down, and this fret is usually lower than that nut up there. So the whole action of the guitar will get a little bit lower. The strings are closer to the fretboard after you put the capo on. So you got to look out for little buzzes. Let's see if we have one now. Okay, we're okay now because I got it on straight. But if we accidentally get it on a little crooked, sometimes some of those strings can start to buzz. Like the bass strings buzzing a little bit there because I don't have it quite on straight. So you want to make sure you get it on straight. And after you get it on, play each string. To make sure you don't have any buzz in there. Okay. Second thing is, when you push it down with this, you're actually going to stretch the string a little bit compared to when there's no capo. So that the tone of the string is going to go up a tiny bit. Usually, that's not going to bother you at all, especially if you're just playing guitar by yourself. But when you're playing along with other people in the band, or playing along with your favorite record, you may be slightly out of tune after you put the capo on. So it's a good idea to go ahead and use your tuner and retune your guitar after you put the capo on. And then it'll be in a nice perfect tune with that position of the capo. Okay? And then the last thing is which capo positions you usually use. Well, a lot of people use the first fret. That kind of like raises it a half a step and makes the action a bit lower on your guitar. Your guitar's got high action, you may want to do that. A lot of times I use the second fret because then the dots on the guitar are lined up. Okay? Normally when it's open, you'll have a dot on your third fret. If you put the capo on the second fret, you still got a dot on the third fret up from the capo, and the fifth fret and the seventh fret. So as far as playing it and using your eyes with the dot, you get the same orientation when you're on the second fret. So that's a good one to use. Then the other ones are just by choosing the key that you want to be in. And it's real easy to choose the key. Let's say, let's use the example of the key of A. If the song starts off in A and it's generally the key of A, then if you move up half a step, B flat, B, C, C sharp, D. So let's say we want to use the A chords, but we want to play in the key of D. Well, now we know. Go up to the fifth fret, put our capo on, and now when I play the A chord, I'm actually playing in the key of D. So there you go. So that's the secret to your capos. It's great to have one. I play with different ones for different guitars. You can experiment around, find the one you like. If you have a 12-string guitar, make sure you get a 12-string capo. And they're a little bit longer and wider, so they'll hold the 12 strings down. And if you really get into it, they even have these things they call partial capos that hold down 2 or 3 of the strings at a time. And you can do a lot of interesting things with those when you if you want to get into it. But every guitarist, every acoustic guitarist, definitely you need a capo, and so you can play along in a lot of different keys, and it'll make your life a lot easier. There you go. So capos, have fun with that one.